the bustling city of New Haven, there lived a determined young man named Thomas, with a heart full of ambition and a mind brimming with dreams. Thomas sought to rise from his humble beginning. He was a hard worker, but despite his best efforts, his dreams of financial stability seemed to remain just that, dreams. Each day, Thomas would rise with the sun, his hands calloused from labor, his clothes worn from the grind of his job at the local factory. He had a knack for making things work, fixing what was broken, and helping his colleagues, but his personal savings were as barren as a desert. The numbers never seemed to add up. His earnings were always consumed by rent, food, and the necessities of life. One evening, as Thomas sat on his old creaking porch, he watched the sunset paint the sky with hues of orange and pink. It was in this moment of quiet reflection that he realized the answer to his financial woes might not be found in his present job, but in the very skills that had brought him this far. With a newfound resolve, Thomas threw himself into learning. He attended night classes, poring over books on entrepreneurship and finance. He sought the wisdom of those who had walked the path before him, learning their stories of struggle and success. With each lesson, Thomas felt his understanding deepen, his vision for a better future growing clearer. His first venture was a small repair shop, a modest space filled with tools and the scent of grease. He worked tirelessly, applying his newfound knowledge to not only repair but also innovate. He introduced efficiency in his work, cutting time while maintaining quality. Word of his skills spread, and soon customers flocked to his shop. But Thomas knew that the key to wealth lay not just in his hands, but in his mind. He began to diversify his skills, offering services that ranged from home appliance maintenance to personal finance consulting. Each new service was an opportunity to apply his knowledge, to turn a small sum into a substantial income. Zero. As months turned into years, Thomas's reputation as a financial whiz grew. He became a trusted advisor to many, guiding them through the complexities of investment and savings. His own savings, once a trickle, now grew into a steady stream. He had built a foundation, a portfolio of wealth that was both tangible and secure. Thomas's journey was not without its challenges. There were nights filled with doubt, when the weight of responsibility seemed too heavy to bear. But through it all, he remembered his initial struggle, the long evenings of study, and the early morning hours spent perfecting his craft. And then one day, Thomas looked at his life and smiled. He had achieved what he once thought was impossible. He had not only saved money, but had amassed a wealth of his own. It wasn't just the financial security that filled him with pride. It was the knowledge that he had transformed his struggles into strengths, his hard work into a legacy. Thomas's story is one of perseverance and growth. It's a tale that speaks to the power of education and the importance of continually improving oneself. He had become wealthy, yes, but more importantly, he had become wise, and that was the wealth that truly mattered.